The air here is different. It's dry, crisp. The mountains stand guard, a stark contrast to the endless cornfields of my youth. I live in a college town out west now, a place teeming with bright minds and ambitious dreams. It's a good life, a far cry from the quiet rhythm of my Midwestern upbringing. Sometimes in the quiet hum of a coffee shop or the bustle of a crowded bar, I hear a familiar twang, a word, an accent, a turn of phrase that whispers of home. And suddenly, I'm transported back to the Midwest, to the people and places that shaped me. We gather, we Midwestern transplants, drawn together by some invisible thread. We share stories, our words painting pictures of Friday night football games and the comforting aroma of freshly baked pies cooling on windowsills. We laugh, we reminisce, finding solace in our shared past. There's a comfort in these conversations, a sense of belonging that transcends distance and time. We may have left the Midwest, but the Midwest never truly leaves us. It lingers in our hearts, in the cadence of our speech, in the way we see the world. Summers were spent working at the local gas station, a rite of passage for every teenager in town. The air, thick with the smell of gasoline and hot asphalt, was a constant. I would spend hours pumping gas, making small talk with the locals, and watching the world go by. The nights were quiet, the silence broken only by the chirping of crickets and the occasional rumble of a passing truck. Those nights were for thinking, for dreaming, for yearning for something more. We'd gather after our shifts, a motley crew of teenagers on the cusp of adulthood. There was a freedom in those late-night conversations, a rawness and honesty that only comes when the world is asleep. We talked about our hopes, our fears, our dreams of escaping the confines of our small town. The gas station, a mundane fixture in our everyday lives, became a stage for our youthful dramas, a backdrop for our coming-of-age stories. It was a place where we learned about hard work, responsibility, and the power of human connection. Weekends were for bonfires and cheap beer, for stolen kisses and reckless abandon. We would drive down dusty back roads, the music blaring, our laughter echoing through the night. We felt invincible, young and free, with the world at our feet. Secrets were shared under the cloak of darkness, whispered confessions illuminated by the flickering flames of the bonfire. We were each other's confidants, our cheerleaders, our partners in crime. There was a sense of community, of belonging that ran deep. We looked out for each other, protected each other, celebrated each other's triumphs, and mourned each other's losses. We were more than just friends, we were family. Those nights, bathed in starlight and fueled by youthful exuberance, remain etched in my memory. They were a testament to the unbreakable bonds forged in the crucible of shared experience, a reminder of a time when life was simple and our dreams were as vast as the Midwestern sky. Two worlds, distant echoes. Life in the West is different. People here are friendly, but there's a distance, a guardedness that I haven't encountered before. Maybe it's the vastness of the landscape, the way the mountains seem to isolate this place from the rest of the world. Or maybe it's just that I'm an outsider, my Midwestern roots marking me as different. I see glimpses of my upbringing in the people I meet here. The resilience of the farmers battling drought, the quiet strength of the single mothers working 2 jobs, the unwavering kindness of strangers. These are the echoes of the Midwest, the values instilled in me from a young age. But there is also a defensiveness here, a suspicion of anything that threatens the status quo. It's a far cry from the open-hearted acceptance I knew growing up. In the Midwest, people may not always agree with you, but they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. They'll invite you in for coffee and pie, listen to your story, and offer a helping hand if you need it. The West, for all its beauty and grandeur, can feel isolating. The mountains, while breathtaking, can also feel like barriers, separating me from the people and places I hold dear. The pull of home, unseen threads. Despite the distance, the memories of my hometown remain vivid. The scent of freshly cut grass on a warm summer evening, the sound of crickets chirping in the twilight, the taste of my grandmother's apple pie. These are the sensory details that transport me back to my childhood. I remember the old oak tree in my backyard, its branches reaching towards the sky like arms. I spent countless hours nestled in its embrace, reading books, dreaming of faraway places, and finding solace in its quiet strength. It was my sanctuary, a place where I could escape the world and just be. There's a small creek that runs through town, its waters flowing past fields and farms, carrying with it the stories of generations past. I remember lazy summer days spent wading in its cool water, catching crawdads, and watching the clouds drift by. These memories, seemingly insignificant, hold a strange power over me. They are the threads that connect me to my past, to the place and people that shaped me. They are a reminder of where I come from, of the values and experiences that have shaped my worldview. The heart remembers. Leaving the Midwest was a necessary step in my own journey, a chance to explore new horizons and discover who I was meant to be. But a part of me will always remain tethered to that place, to the people and experiences that shaped my formative years. There's a certain comfort in knowing where you come from, even if it's a place you've left behind. It gives you a sense of grounding, of belonging, of understanding your place in the world. And while I may not physically be in the Midwest, it will always be a part of me, woven into the fabric of my being. The Midwest is more than just a geographical location, it's a state of mind, a way of life. It's about community, resilience, and a deep connection to the land. These are the values I carry with me, wherever life may take me. The heart, it seems, has a way of remembering,